Want to talk about a new feature on Snapchat. This new feature now allows users to see where they place in their friends' digital inner circle. The app is super popular with young Americans. It's raising more concerns too, though, because you got this column in the Wall Street Journal that says this: Snapchat's friend ranking feature adds a teen anxiety. Don't know about that, but Nicki Reisberg is a host of Scrolling to Death. That's a podcast, and also a digital safety advocate. Great to have you on, Nicki, and good morning to you. I got a number of topics I want to rifle through here. On the Snapchat story, do you find this to be an issue with young Americans?
I do. I think that, this allows teen girls and boys to pin their closest friends. So you can assign each friend a number from 1 to 8. And this really preys on these young kids' insecurities. Adolescents are already susceptible to peer pressure and opinions and comparisons, and they're in a steep decline in their mental health. So I don't understand why we're making life harder for them by encouraging social comparisons and external validation.
Would you just find a way around it, though, if it wasn't already there on the phone?
You can turn it off. You cannot sign up for Snapchat Plus at all.
Got
but
it.
Kids feel a lot of pressure to do this. All their friends are signing up and ranking each other.
Okay, so Florida made a big move last week. I want to play this from Ron DeSantis. Call for number 2 about the social media ban. Doesn't go into effect for some time, but here's how we characterize it. Ron DeSantis.
Ultimately, trying to help parents navigate this very difficult terrain that we have now with raising kids. And so I appreciate the work that's been put in.
Okay, so the idea is if you're 14 or under, no social media sites allowed. Is it going to work?
Yes. I hope so. I think it should be 16. I think that these social media sites, like we said, really prey on their insecurities. This bill was actually watered down from a previous proposal. There are several states that are implementing similar laws. So I think this is a good thing. I think that Florida is really taking a step to protect our children's mental health.
Okay, so I'm seeing Georgia's in with a lot of other states, and they hit that 16-year mark that you mentioned. I mean, that's what you favor. And they're along with Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas, and Utah. Can this survive a legal challenge, Nicki?
These social media companies have a lot of money, and they have a lot of lobbying groups as well that put pressure on companies to bend to their will. So historically, they fight these things tooth and nail. So we will see. We have until January 1st to see what happens with those legal battles.
Why so long before it goes into effect? And it smells like a lawsuit already.
From what I understand, it just takes a long time to implement this legislation, but it's long overdue.
Okay, last point here. We'll rifle through a number of stats here. Here we go, guys. Percentage of high school students bullied, 1 in 5. Okay, percentage of teens who say they've been cyberbullied. 16% report being electronically bullied during the past year. That's a figure, Nicki, that I thought would be higher, but I'll let you address that. And here's your social media apps used by teens: 63% on TikTok, 60 on Snapchat, and 59 rather on Instagram. On the bullying issue, what do you say, Nicki?
I'm surprised by that stat too. I think there's other stats that would conflict with that, but really what we want to focus on in kids is the U.S. Surgeon General's warning from last year. He stated that kids who spend more than 3 hours per day on social media face double the risk of depression and anxiety. Suicide rates have also tripled for ages 10 to 14 from 2007 to 2021. So we're really seeing a decline in children's mental health, particularly teen girls.
On the age verification, is it hard to prove that? I mean, if I'm a crafty 15-year-old, can I get around that?
Yes, I'm very interested to see how they implement age verification, and these tech companies have been very resistant to implementing age verification. In the state of Texas, Pornhub just removed their entire site rather than implement age verification. So yes, I'm interested in seeing how that plays out as well.
Okay, Nicki, thanks. Come on back, okay? Plenty to talk about. Appreciate your input today. Nicki Reisberg, thanks.
I will. Thanks, Phil.